everyone, welcome back to our channel. I've just put Roman to bed. Chris is upstairs, he's not very well, so I've banished him to the bedroom. So I wanted to do a little video on Cmpa, which is cow's milk protein allergies in babies. So I'm going to go through all of the products that we use, all the products we did use, we tried, that haven't worked for us, and also like a new theory that I've actually got. So yeah, I've just made myself a cup of tea. It's a bit of a long-winded story, but let's just get into it. So, Roman was born, he was quite a healthy weight. He weighed 9 pounds 3 ounces, natural birth in the water. Yeah, he came out super happy, no complications, no issues. I did try to breastfeed, but he just wasn't latching. And so we had quite a few midwives that came in to sort of help me out with like trying to get him to latch. But in the end, they sent in a breastfeeding specialist and she just said, look, your baby is hungry, you need to feed him. And she just got us a bottle. So yeah, we were using the Aptamil, the pre-made bottles. He was only taking like, what, 2 ounces, maybe 1.5 ounces at a time at the very start. Then when he was doing, I think it's 5 ounces, we switched to using the powdered formula, and we were using the tummy tipping machine to make those. And then he started getting colic. And I feel like every bottle-fed baby goes through the colic phase, and it's just the worst, like the worst. You're like new to being a parent, you're so sleep deprived, you're just in the trenches, and then they get colic and it's just the worst. We were using Infocol and we were giving him that 15 minutes before a feed, and gripe water when he was the age that he could be for both of those things, but it wasn't really helping. So then we switched to anti-colic bottles. We used the Tummy Tippy bottles, so we got the anti-colic ones, and we tried to shake the bottle less, because I think when you shake it, you're making bubbles. My bubbles. And obviously the bubble is what causes the wind and whatnot. So we were trying to swizzle it like this rather than shake it like mad. Then his skin started getting bad. And he had this huge flare up. His entire body was covered in eczema. And obviously at that age you don't know that you want to scratch type thing, you're just irritated. So we were putting him to bed with mitts on his hand. He would wake up and he would sort of have managed to get the mitts off, and then he'd scratch. A lot of mornings we would wake up and he'd have blood on his face, in his hair, like down his neck, where he'd scratched and made himself bleed. So it was really heartbreaking to see, and it happened quite a lot as well. We took him to the GP and we explained it. We said, like, he's throwing up a little bit, his skin is so bad, his nappies are runny. The GP said, yeah, I think he's showing all the signs for Cmpa. We're like, okay, what do we do about this? So she said, let's try him on a different formula. So we got given Nutrimygam. I'll pop a picture on the screen of this one. So we used this one, and we was on this one for quite a while, a couple of months I'd say, but his skin just wasn't repairing, it just wasn't getting any better. If anything, it was getting worse. So I went back to the GP. So then she told me that that formula still has the protein in it, just broken down into smaller pieces to see if his stomach could actually take it, but obviously it couldn't, because he wasn't getting any better. So she then prescribed us Alphamino, which we're still on now, which is this one. So it's an amino acid milk for the dietary management of infants with severe cow's milk allergy, multiple food allergies and other conditions where an amino acid formula is recommended. So it's made by SMA, and yeah, it's called Alphamino. And so we're on that now. We get that prescribed from the GP. It's not the best smelling, but I mean, yeah, So also, when your little one has CMPA, you also get a referral to a dietitian, which is through the app Oviva, I think. But yeah, so we spoke to our dietitian, so she gave us like tips on how to start the weaning process. We started weaning. I would make first we did, from 4 months, we tried baby rice, and I was mixing that with his formula. And then I started using the Ella's Kitchen First Tastes book. I think it's First Tastes or First Foods, the purple one. And it basically's got a chart inside it, and it's like, I think it's 14 different vegetables that you try one day at a time, and then you do it again. Because usually babies, when they first try something, it's not just the taste, it's also the texture. So the first time you give them something, they'll probably turn their nose up at it anyway. So it takes a couple of attempts to try. So I did that, and then I was mixing. So I would steam cook it, then mash it, then mix it with formula, and so it was like a real puree. So we were doing that, and then my dietitian suggested we start the milk ladder. I don't think they usually recommend starting milk ladder until they're over 1, but she said he was really good at eating, he seemed quite advanced. He got his first 2 teeth at 8 weeks, and at 12 months, I think it was, he's got his entire full set of teeth. So in regards to teething, he's been quite advanced. So we started the milk ladder. I'll pop a picture here so you can see what I mean when I say milk ladder. So I think it starts with malted milks and digestives, then it goes on to like maybe Scotch pancakes, mini muffins. So in there, the milk in all of those items is baked. So the stomach should be able, if you introduce it that way, the stomach should be able to sort of digest it. And if it can digest it baked, then you'll move on to the next stage and you'll go up and up and up. If you have a reaction at any point on the milk ladder, you need to stop immediately. But yeah, if you don't have a reaction, you give them that step. So say, for example, step 1, malted milk biscuits. I think it's half a biscuit for 2 or 3 days in a row. And then if there's no reaction, you'll move on to the next step. So we did the majority of the milk ladder, apart from giving him full-on cow's milk. And he coped really well with it. His skin was fine, his skin was clear. I have to say as well, this was all during the summer we did this. So the weather was warm, the weather was good. He had no eczema on his skin whatsoever during this period. His skin was in a really good way. We went to Portugal on holiday, and his skin was tip-top, best it's ever been since he was born. And then came home, it was summer here, and then his skin was great throughout all the summer. We were doing the milk ladder, it was going fine. And then he had a bit of a flare-up, so we stopped the dairy for a little while and just went back to dairy-free life. And that was for a little while. And then we went to Tenerife, and while we were away, Christopher, rightly so, said it would be so unfair to bring him on holiday and not let him have a bit of ice cream. No, you're all probably thinking like, no, he's allergic to it, but like, we were sitting there eating ice creams and we just felt so guilty. So we tried him on literally not even a teaspoon, like half a teaspoon. We just gave him half a teaspoon of ice cream. His face lit up. It broke our hearts because we were like, sorry, you can't really have this baby, but we wanted to give him a little taster. Anyway, so that happened. And then the next day we were like, oh, really feeling guilty, wishing we hadn't done it, thinking, oh, there's going to be a reaction, there's going to be a reaction. Next day, no reaction. Skin was great. Still having solid poos. Yeah, literally nothing. So that day at lunch, we gave him a couple of spoonfuls of ice cream. Next day, no reaction. We were like, this is really weird, but actually quite nice because he can now experience some like holiday treats. So then what? Then I think we're coming towards the end of our holiday at this point. So we gave him, he had some Cocoa Pops for breakfast with oat milk. We didn't want to go in and fully give him like cow's milk. We wouldn't have done that. But yeah, he had Cocoa Pops, which are obviously made of chocolate. So they're dairy. And he had a mozzarella stick, like a mozzarella dipper, breaded. And he had some chocolate and some strawberry ice cream. And the next day, literally no reaction. So we were like, hold on a sec, has he got a dairy allergy or has he got eczema? Because so in the winter, his skin is bad whether he eats dairy or he's dairy free. Then in the summer, his skin is good whether he's dairy or dairy free. So what I'm thinking is he's not got Cmpa, it must be eczema. The main areas are around his clavicle, behind here on his neck, in the creases of his arms, his elbows, the backs of his knees. So I'm going to insert a couple of pictures of one of his bad days. So this is what he looked like on one of his bad days, and where he scratches it. If I'm with him, I'll stop him, but I'm not with him when he goes to bed. So, and he has pyjamas on. I always make sure he wears long sleeve pyjamas, and he's in a grow bag. He can still get to sort of this area, so it's always around here that he ends up getting, and then there'll be scabs and blood and whatnot in the mornings, which is really sad. But then we discovered a new brand called Nala's Baby. Chris told me about them. Basically, the owner is of Krept and Conan, I believe, and he was on Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO, and he was explaining all about it. I haven't watched the episode. The information that Chris has passed on to me is basically it's 99% natural. That 1% in there that isn't natural has to be in there, otherwise it would literally start growing fungus on it. It would be that natural. So it's pretty impressive at 99%. So I'm going to show you everything that we've used. When we originally went to the GP about the eczema, so she prescribed us this bath additive. I'm just covering this bit up because it's got our address on it. But it's LPL. And it's bath additive and emollient, suitable for adults and children from birth. Hypoallergenic formula, fragrance-free, suitable for sensitive skin and safe from birth. Also suitable for eczema. It produces a milky bath. It soothes and softens skin and is used for itchy, irritated, dry skin. So basically, we just pop a little capful of that in Roman's bath. And it's basically like an oat bath, you know, where if you were to put like actual oats in like a sock and then put that in the water, but that's basically what that is. So we use that. I'll pop that up there. And at the same time, we got prescribed this one, Epimax. If you've got a baby with eczema, you've probably seen this a million times. Epimax ointment. Lasting protection for intensive relief day and night, for daily use in eczema, psoriasis and dry skin conditions, free from fragrances. So we were advised by the GP to put this on him 8 times a day, which seems a lot, but when your baby's in such a bad way, you just do it. It's just so greasy. It's basically like Vaseline. But yeah, so that, it was good. It kept his skin moisturised and moist, but it didn't get rid of the eczema, so I don't know if it is good, you know? Anyway, so before we found the Nala's Baby stuff, we were using this, because obviously he baths at night. His bedtime routine is we go up, we have a play, we have a bath, wash his hair, get out, dry his hair, put his pyjamas on, and then he goes to bed. So we got the Johnson's bedtime bath. The only problem is, which I didn't really think about, because I thought Johnson's was like super sensitive for babies, because it is designed for babies, but the GP said to me, like when I saw her this week, the pH is really high in this, and also I believe that this actual one, because it's the bedtime one, it's the lilac one, it's got lavender in it, which I think Roman's skin is super sensitive, which means stuff like this is just not good for his skin. So when I said to you, most of his reaction was on his clavicle and round the backs of his neck, I think it was actually Christopher that pointed it out, and I'm so glad he did, because I think it was this, where we were washing his hair, washing it off, and it was all falling here and here. So yeah, we immediately stopped using that, and we bought the Nala's Baby stuff, which is honestly a game changer. So we got the body lotion and the body wash and shampoo, and I've never ever been so impressed with a product. Maybe it's because it's my baby that is helping, but yeah, I honestly could rave about this all day. 99% naturally derived ingredients, dermatologist approved, paediatrician approved, suitable for sensitive skin, eczema friendly, and vegan. Like, what more could you want for your baby? Cruelty free. Like, honestly, I'll put the pictures, I'll pop a little video in now, because I've been making a little video to pop on my Insta. This has really helped out as well, because swapping from this to this, chef's kiss. So this is body wash shampoo for your little cub with oats, chamomile and hibiscus. And yeah, also all of the same on that one. So yeah, all around here started improving, because the Johnson's wasn't falling on his skin and irritating it and making it worse. Like, it just could never get better. Anyway, I'd say like 3 days in after using it, I was putting it on in morning and night. So no 8 times like the Epimax, literally just morning, actually morning, lunch and night I was doing it with the lotion, and then obviously washing his hair in the evening and washing his body. I'd use this to wash his body as well with a sponge. And yeah, after 3 days, we saw huge improvements in his skin. But before I discovered these, I saw the GP, and she said to try Aveeno. So she prescribed me Aveeno Daily Moisturising Body Wash. Nourishes normal to dry skin, suitable for sensitive skin. And this one, the Aveeno Skin Relief Soothing Shampoo. This one, which I've been using for the last couple of days as well. Skin Relief Nourishing Lotion, helps heal very dry skin. Clinically proven to restore the skin's barrier, soothes and moisturises very dry and irritable skin, suitable for sensitive skin, dermatologist tested. Triple oat complex and shea butter. So yeah, I'm going to be honest though, I don't think anything will compare to these. I'm so impressed. So, in conclusion, if you think your baby has Cmpa, if your baby's got dry eczema skin and your mind takes you to Cmpa, which for a lot of people it probably is, but try some different things. Try some Nala's Baby, try some Aveeno, try the milk ladder. Every baby is different, but no two babies are the same. I genuinely don't care whether he has a dairy allergy or not. Like, if he has, we just live a dairy-free life, absolutely fine. If he hasn't though, I don't want to cause more damage by not giving him something and then him missing out as well. So it's all about split testing, I guess, trying this, trying that, trying the creams, trying the bath additives. But yeah, just try switching it up. If you've been diagnosed Cmpa and you've been given Nutrimygan and you're still suffering with the same symptoms, go back, because there is still protein in that milk. It's just broken down smaller, which understandably the GPs have to prescribe first to see if baby can handle it. If they can't handle it, then their allergy is a severe allergy. But do keep in mind the time of year everything is happening. So we think that Roman's is just severe winter eczema, because in the summer his skin is chef's kiss. So yeah, a little bit of split testing, because you don't want baby to be missing out. But if they have got the allergy, you know 100%, and you can just work on that. So yeah, that is all for today. If you found it helpful, then do let me know. It's just from my own experience, not a doctor or health visitor or whatever. I'm just a mum. Don't think I'm trying to give doctors advice or whatever, because absolutely not Dr. Liz. But yeah, just ask questions. That's what I did. I pushed for answers. And then yeah, we've just worked on it. So we're still working on it, but his skin is clearing up by using Nala's Baby, and we are on the milk ladder. So we'll see. I'm excited to see when spring hits and this extreme cold weather goes away, to see if his skin clears up. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll do another video, but yeah. Anyway, all you mums out there, you're doing an amazing job. You're all superheroes in my eyes, because I didn't realise this until I had Roman. This is the hardest job in the world. It's the best job in the world, but the hardest. So I take my hat off to every single mum out there. Hope you've enjoyed my video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!